Back live on the Friday Night Thunder Scoreboard Show. Let's go directly to the Gilly Crane hotline. Bryan Barrett, one of the charter members on the Friday Night Thunder Radio Network, joins us. He had the call of the game of the night, Blackman and Riverdale. Bryan, it came down to a couple of inches, according to David Watson.
Well, he would be right, and he had probably a better view than I did from the press box of that inches. I mean, it really was inches, and you kind of knew who was going to get the football. Riverdale, I mean, they had to ride the horse that got him there. In Savion Davis, he only had 236 yards on 31 carries, so kind of figured he was going to get the ball, and they sent the house, and that was the ball game.
We're talking to Bryan Barrett of WGNS as he called the Blackman win over Riverdale. Physical game and two teams that have had a lot of injuries, and really it comes down to who had enough healthy horses in the right times at the right places, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, there are little things that happened in this game. Very, very early on, Riverdale on a 62-yard run in the second quarter didn't convert, 2-point conversion to try to take a lead there, and instead of the game being tied with an extra point, they're playing from behind, and that kind of haunted them the whole game. Score for score, that was really the difference in the ball game, to being 2 points. So it's just little things, turnovers at critical times. The rain was a factor in the second half. I really think both of these teams have found their way through these injuries. How many teams are able to go 4 deep and find a Jordan Brown sophomore that's able to, in 2 weeks, probably have close to 400 yards rushing in 2 games? I mean, and Blackman found him. He was a sophomore sitting down there playing JV.
We're talking to Bryan Barrett of WGNS on the Friday Night Thunder Scoreboard Show. Dennis Weaver and Eric Keefe.
All right, Bryan, have you guys decided what game you're going to pick up next week as we go into the playoffs?
Well, as far as I can understand, the way things are going to be going is Lebanon at Oakland, Hendersonville hosts Blackman, Rossview will travel to Cookeville, and Riverdale to Mount Juliet. If that's the way that that part of the 6A bracket holds up, we're going to go to Mount Juliet with Riverdale next Friday night.
That sounds like a great matchup, and we appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week, okay?
Sounds good.
All righty, that is Bryan Barrett of WGNS.